So what do you know about NoSQL as of now?
As of now, like I have this knowledge like in your NoSQL there is no schema.
Yeah.
Uh, the storage is like there is no schema, there is no rows and columns over there. We
Okay.
can put any type of data types over there.
Mm-hmm.
In one line we can put one data type, in second line we can put one more data type. And
Mm.
yesterday I was reading one simple introduction of MongoDB, where in
Okay.
MongoDB everything is considered as a document,
Yes.
and that document looks like a key and value pairs,
Yes.
and set of documents is a collection.
Yes.
So till this point I have read, sir.
Okay.
So I know only till this much. No SQL means even why in market the MongoDB or Hadoop is coming is like it is based on big data platform,
Yeah.
wherein every in the market every day the
Mm.
users are growing, the content is growing.
Yes.
There are various type of contents wherein relational database will can't store those type of contents, means
Exactly.
an Excel or JPEG or any JSON format or any format. But
Mm.
in NoSQL database we can store any type of format, and we can organize it uh, according to the company's structure.
Yep. Exactly. So whatever you said are absolutely right. Okay. Then I mean in earlier days, if you see in I mean I think in 1970s they've started creating. I mean Oracle has started creating a database. Like earlier 1970s, we had only a file system to store whatever the data we have. After that, they have
Okay.
created a database, and or it's a kind of a relational database. It's a rows and columns. They are used to store all those data. In
Okay.
that time, that was more enough to handle that use cases. Whatever the
Yes.
problems at the time it's a kind of all transaction they have introduced. Banking came, finance came. Those kind of use cases had that time. So that RDBMS database was very enough to handle those kind of problems in
Yeah.
earlier days. So so when the days are coming, when in recent days, if you see that data are growing very huge every day. If you see
Yes.
when once the social media and the social network and all other e-commerce sites are coming, the data are getting generated are very huge. You cannot imagine like in early days you'll store all those stuffs in GB, but nowadays it's going at not terabyte, it's going a petabyte, zettabyte. That kind of storage we need to have. But if you store that much data into RDBMS, it will not handle. But you could have since you are Oracle DBA, you could have got a lot of performance issues, right, in your
Yes.
environment,
Yes.
or uh,
Yeah.
a lot of time that developers and application team will come and say this query is taking too long and this application
Too
is
long.
not performing good. Yeah, it's getting hung. So we used to get a lot of performance issue. So the main
Yes.
yeah, the major stuffs are the performance and the scalability. So what you do in Oracle, if your table space got filled, what you will do?
Tablespace. We'll add one more data file.
Data file, right? So you will add
Yeah.
data file from the file system or ASM. So let's say in
Yes. Yes.
ASM and file system there is no space. It's left with the only 5%. So what you will do?
Right. Then we have to again put one more means attach one more mount point or space or hard disk, whatever you call,
Exactly.
and
When you don't have space in your local file system or ASM, you will get a hard disk and mount it, and you will make it as a ASM disk or file system, and then you will add a data file to the table space. So this is the
Yes.
way we used to increase the space. It's a kind of a vertical scaling they used to say. So whenever
Yeah.
whenever you need a space, you'll add extra resources to that machine, right? If you are, let's
Yeah.
say you have a 32 GB of RAM in your Oracle instance, and the customer says there are a lot of connections nowadays. We need to increase the memory, SGA max or memory underscore target. So you don't have
Yeah.
enough memory in your file system. So in your local machine. So what you will do, you
Yeah.
will rise with you will work with the hardware team, and you will get added that extra memory, and then you will increase that memory underscore target, right? So this is the way the
Yes.
resources will be scaled. Like whatever we do in RDBMS, it's all vertical scaling, not horizontal scaling. But
Yes.
NoSQL, whenever you need extra space or storage or memory, you can add another machine, not like another hardware into the existing machine. Like if you have a
Yeah.
5 node a machine earlier, you are short of disk space issue or performance issue, you can add another machine into that cluster. So that
Okay.
is, this is called horizontal scaling. Okay. So
Yeah.
most of the NoSQL database supports the horizontal scaling.
Okay.
So one thing performance and then horizontal scaling. Okay. Then next major stuff is dynamic schema. So what is dynamic
Okay.
schema? So in Oracle or any other RDBMS. So if I say Oracle, it's similar to all RDBMS because all RDBMS are 99% similar, right? Only
Yes, sir.
few syntax will be varying, but the whole architecture and the way of the data is getting stored and retrieved all are similar in Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, and whatever other RDBMS, Sybase or whatever. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, sir.
the dynamic schema is the next difference between the RDBMS and NoSQL. So what is
Okay.
dynamic schema? In earlier days, so before proceeding the futures of NoSQL, we'll come to know what is NoSQL. So it's
Okay.
not like few people say no SQL. It is not. It's no SQL. It's not only SQL. That terminology in
Not only.
English. Yeah, not
Okay.
only SQL. This
Okay.
is the name they have introduced to. It's a kind of a hashtag to introduced to meet up all open source distributed database. Like
Okay.
so, if you see, 99% of the NoSQL databases are open source. It's not
Open
licensed.
source.
Yeah, you will have both open source as well as a licensed version. It's your choice
Okay.
whether you are going with the community edition or enterprise edition. If you choose enterprise edition, you will get a support from that whatever the vendor they are providing the database. If you choose community edition,
Sir,
you will not
sir,
get.
here I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, here, like for MongoDB, like what are the licensed people who are giving MongoDB?
A MongoDB licensed. MongoDB is created by uh, earlier it was next gen you
Mm.
could 10 gen, sorry, not next gen, it's a 10 gen. You could have you can search in Google 10 gen, that is the company name. Now they have
Uh-huh.
changed that company name into MongoDB Inc. MongoDB Incorporation,
Incorporated.
something like that.
No,
Yeah.
but actually, what is my doubt is like
Mm.
when you see Hadoop also,
Mm.
Hadoop like Hadoop is also a open source
Yeah, yeah, right.
open source one,
Mm.
open source platform or technology, but the licensed ones are being given by Hortonworks and Cloudera.
Yeah.
So, like Cloudera or Hortonworks, is anyone giving this MongoDB or MongoDB
No, no, no.
Inc. itself is giving
MongoDB
enterprise?
themselves, they are providing both community edition as well as the enterprise edition. It's your choice.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
not like
Was my doubt.
MongoDB invented by someone else and MongoDB in case providing enterprise edition. It's not like that. They have created the database and they are providing both community edition as well as the enterprise edition.
Enterprise edition.
But if you see in our environment, we have 300 plus MongoDB servers. So we are using all of them are community edition. We are not using enterprise edition.
Okay.
Because it's all cost benefit, right? That's why. But
Yes.
in MongoDB, between that community edition and enterprise edition, you will not see any difference. Only thing is that the MMS manager, that monitoring service, it's like OEM. OEM, you know, right?
Okay.
It's similar
Yeah,
to
yeah.
MMS manager is similar to OEM. If you go with the
Okay.
enterprise edition, you will get that MMS manager with a backup and automation feature. But if you choose the community edition, you will not get the MMS manager. That is the only
Okay, okay.
difference. Otherwise, that features in the database, core databases is same between community and
Okay.
enterprise edition. But
That is MNS manager, right, sir?
MMS, MongoDB monitoring service.
MMS, MongoDB monitoring service. Okay.
Uh,
Sir,
MongoDB
are
monitoring
you
service, it's I think it's a MongoDB management service.
okay? Okay. Huh. Sir, okay, after the class, can you share this slides with me?
Yeah, yeah, sure, man. This is if you for you only. Okay, I'll share with
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
few classes
one
I'll
more
be
doubt.
having slides. For few hands-on classes, I'll not have slides. I'll have, but you can make all the note of the comments, whatever we are sharing. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Because this is been recorded also, right?
Yeah, I've just started recording because
Yeah.
that Mariappan wanted to record this session.
Okay.
This session is being recorded. Yes, it is getting recorded.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, man.
Sir, one more doubt.
Yes,
If in Oracle when you get some issues or so, we will raise some SRs with Oracle support, right?
yes, exactly.
But for MongoDB, is there any that type of a support?
Yes, you have two options. Like you can there is one Jira ticketing tool. Some link is there. I'll get and give you maybe in after some session. You can raise
Okay.
the tickets. Like if you are using enterprise edition, you can raise the
Okay.
ticket. You will get a help from them immediately with SLAs. Okay, but
Okay.
if you are using community edition, still you can ask some help in that link, but you will not get response within that SLA and all. You will get response, but
Okay.
it's not like you'll get immediately.
Okay. Okay.
But still, they are providing support. See, that's why they have the enterprise edition. If you choose enterprise edition, you can raise a ticket with SLA and you can get a help from them.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, man. So
Yeah.
the NoSQL term came for it's a kind of a hashtag for meeting to discuss that open source distributed database. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you see all NoSQL database, when I say NoSQL, it's not only MongoDB. There are plenty of NoSQL databases are there. They are all together named as a NoSQL. Why it means
Okay.
they are not a relational data model.
Yeah.
The first difference between the NoSQL database and the RDBMS is they are not relational data model. That means no relationship will be there from to one table to another table or one collection
Another
to
tip.
another collection. You will not have a
Okay.
relations. You will not have that referential integrity we say in RDBMS, right? Primary key,
Yes.
foreign key.
Yes. Yeah.
Primary key
Yeah.
will be
Yes.
there in few NoSQL databases, but that foreign key relationship will not be there. So that is
Okay.
first difference. And second is it's all distributed clusters. So what do you think it's a distributed cluster meaning?
Means uh, the storage where we are pumping our data
Mm,
is into the cluster where number of nodes will be there.
yeah. Yes. As you said, there will be a number of nodes, a number of nodes in the cluster. When you store a data, let's say you are storing a data 1 to 100. So 1 to 10 will be there in one node, 10 to 11 to 20 will be there in another node. Likewise, the data will be scattered across the cluster.
Okay.
But
Okay, sir.
generally, if you see in RDBMS, this will not happen. Everything will be there in
Okay.
one file system. But you in rack also you will have a multiple instance, but all the instance will go and fetch the data from the one file system, right? It's not like
One file
from the
system. Yes.
multiple file system.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is the big difference between the RDBMS and this NoSQL. So
Okay.
and next is mostly all of them are open source.
Okay.
You can use freely. That is the big advantage, because many smaller organization, they're just simply moving to NoSQL since it's the databases are open source. But if you see that Oracle license are too costly for each and every future, you need to pay extra license.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and then next is schemaless. So okay, we forgot to talk this schemaless earlier, but schemaless or dynamic schema are all are same. So what is meant by
Okay.
schemaless or dynamic schema? So in Oracle, let's say you are building a new application. Okay, what you will do in
Okay.
Oracle? And let's say the team comes and asks you like we are building a new application. You need to create all those tables and all those stuffs.
Yeah.
So, what you will do, you will go and create all those tables. First, you will build the schema, right? So
Yes.
you will have you will check that flow chart diagram, and you will prepare that a number of tables we need and the relationship between the tables. You will put all those architecture diagram, and you will create all those tables, right? And then you will give it to
Yes.
the application team, and then they will just query and pull the data. This is what happens
Yeah.
in RDBMS, right?
Yes.
So in NoSQL, mostly again it's mostly not all NoSQL databases support this dynamic schema, but MongoDB supports the
Okay.
dynamic schema, and
Okay.
the major reason you should go for MongoDB is the dynamic schema feature.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Sir,
say
what is this dynamic schema does?
yeah, I'll tell you. So dynamic schema
Okay.
in the sense you don't need to pre-structure your data model. Like you don't need to create a table first and then you need to query. If on the fly, that application team can put any kind of any type of data. Like as you said,
Okay.
you have read something and that's true. Like here in MongoDB, uh, a table is called a collection. So in Oracle,
Yeah.
if you say it's a table, here it is collection. So
Okay.
one collection, you can have multiple documents. A document in the sense
Okay.
a kind of a row in Oracle. So there is a
Oh yeah.
there it is row, here it is called a document. So
Yeah.
in RDBMS, you need to have all the rows um, similarly, like if you say employee table, employee name, employee department, and employee roll number. So all
Yeah.
the rows should fit into that structure. But
Yeah.
here, one document can have three key values, and another document can have a five key values. Next document can
Oh.
have a one key values. So that kind of
Okay.
uh, structuring you can have. So
Okay.
that too, you don't need to pre-structure anything. You don't need to tell like this collection will have this number of columns or this type of columns. You don't need to tell anything. Simply,
Okay.
you can create a collection and then you can start inserting the documents. That document can have
Okay.
any kind of types. Say, let's say first
Okay.
document can have an employee name, employee department, and employee number, something like that. The next document
Okay.
can have only employee name and employee number. That
Okay.
document doesn't need to have a employee department number.
Okay.
Understand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so you understand what is dynamic schema. Can you
Yes.
imagine what would be the purpose, I mean, what would be the benefits of this dynamic schema?
Uh, like first thing is we can put a varied type of data into one collection.
Exactly,
Varied type of documents in one collection,
exactly.
And one more thing is for like when you compare to RDBMS, for every like for employee there is one schema, for department there is one schema. They are interrelated with primary and foreign key and
Mm.
all those things. But here a group of data will be there in one collection,
Yes.
and it is easy. I don't know whether I can say easy, but it is uh, in a way like it is not complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are right. It is not complicated. You can have all similar data into a particular document. You don't need to have a
Yes.
multiple collection, and you don't need to join a query. But anyway, MongoDB will not support joins. You cannot do a join. But here we have some alternative feature like embedded document and reference document that will
Uh-huh.
solve the purpose of the joins. Okay, we'll
Okay.
talk that in later when we come into that architecture part. Okay,
Okay.
so the variety of data you can have in to a collection, and the main advantage is whenever the application, that front end application, whenever they are doing some modification, like let's say they initially they could have only 4 fields. Okay, like
Okay.
let's imagine there is one student application form you need to fill in online, something like that. Okay, imagine.
Yeah, okay.
So first
Okay.
year they have only four fields. They are collecting 4 fields. Okay.
Okay.
Next year they are thinking they need to collect 2 more fields. That is mandatory
Okay.
for that year.
Okay.
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 That time they don't need to come and change that structure. In Oracle,
Okay.
what you need to do is you need to alter the table and add 2 more columns for that two
Oh,
columns,
yes,
right?
yes.
But here
Yes.
you don't need to do anything in the database. You simply add 2 columns in the front-end application, and you just do insert. It will automatically get inserted into the database, right?
Okay, okay.
You are not touching the
Yeah.
database at all when you do some modification
Okay.
in your application.
Yeah.
So this is a very big advantage for the I mean, that is like whenever the application is getting changed, because now it is a competitive world, application are getting changed frequently to
Oh, yeah.
attract the customers, or to have the new features for whatever. So whenever the application gets changed, the database should support the changes it's happening in the front
Yeah.
end. Like
Yeah.
if you still in the RDBMS, you need to do a lot of manual work in the backend. So that is
Yes, sir.
getting removed. Okay, so that is
Yeah.
very big advantage when you have a dynamic schema. And
Sir, one doubt I
yes,
have. Like MongoDB for admins, is it necessary like we need to know full of the JavaScript?
no man, not at all. I've been
Because I don't
MongoDB.
I have done it in my college, sir, JavaScript, but I don't have much knowledge on JavaScript.
No, you don't need to learn JavaScript and all. But if you are, again I will compare with the Oracle. Let's
Okay.
say Oracle, you have a two kind of DBA roles, right? One is production DBA
Yes.
and another one is development DBA.
Yes.
DBA means you will be working with the developers, and sometimes you will be creating store procedure. You'll be writing a shell script for automating
Yes.
something.
Yes.
So if you
Yes.
are if you are again if you compare that with the MongoDB, if you work with the if you work as a developer DBA, maybe you'll be asked to write a script to automate something. So that time you
Okay.
need to go to learn some JavaScript or Perl script to automate the MongoDB stuffs.
Okay.
But if you purely work as a production DBA, I don't think you need to have knowledge on the scripting part. You can
Okay.
fairly you can work with MongoDB admin commands only. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
that depends on your role. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so what role you are doing? It's a production DBA or currently for
No, no,
Oracle?
production admin DB only, sir.
Okay, okay, man. Then fine. Okay, and NoSQL, we have variety of formats. As I said, when I say NoSQL, not only the MongoDB is a NoSQL, there are a lot of other databases are there in NoSQL. And NoSQL in SQL, if you say only the RDBMS, that relational database management system, or called as SQL. And NoSQL, there are variety of formats are there. MongoDB is a column document database. We have other type of database are there: columnar database,
Okay.
key value database, graph database. Did you heard about this anywhere?
Which one, sir?
You are seeing my slide, right?
What? Pardon me?
You mean you are able to see that slide which I am
Slide.
showing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
yes.
can see
I
the
was just
last
listening
point.
to.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, no problem. So in NoSQL, we have variety of formats, a variety of databases, different type of database. They called as
Uh-huh.
columnar database, document database, key value database, graph database. Have you ever heard this
Oh,
term?
no. I never heard about this.
Okay, then it's an interesting topic for you. In NoSQL, there are different types of databases are there. We'll talk in each in detail, okay? Because
Okay.
knowing MongoDB alone will not help you. It's good to know what other NoSQL databases are there, okay? Whenever
Okay. Okay.
Okay, as I said, why we should choose NoSQL. So these are all the
Okay.
major reasons. They like social
Okay.
media sites, Facebook and Twitter are generating large data, and those data are not and will not be handled by the RDBMS. That's why we need to have
RDBMS.
alternative options as a NoSQL databases. And next
Okay.
is the continuous availability.
Okay.
So what is continuous availability? So your database need to be available 24/7.
Yes.
Right, in Oracle, if any instance got failed, I mean it goes down, your application will not connect with the database, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's why there in Oracle also we have a options like rack for that
Standby.
yeah,
Rack.
failover. Yeah, when the node goes down, the other instances will take care of the connections. But setting up high availability in RDBMS, it's a complicated task. You cannot
Yes.
see, you have worked 5 years in Oracle, but still you haven't practiced. I mean, it's not like you haven't practiced, you didn't get a chance, or it's a too complicated, right? Like setting
Yes.
up a
Yes.
rack and data guard. But here
Yeah.
in NoSQL, if you see all the NoSQL databases, setting up high availability, scalability are very easy. I mean, compared to
Okay.
Oracle.
Okay.
So the continuous availability, all the NoSQL databases provides a continuous availability by the way of replication and replication that we'll talk in later.
Okay.
Need of more flexible data model, that is called a dynamic schema.
Okay.
That flexible data models, most of the NoSQL databases are providing that flexible data model. And the next big thing is all the NoSQL databases you can just host in cloud.
Okay.
You know cloud computing, I mean cloud, Amazon,
No,
AWS cloud.
I don't have much idea on that, sir.
Okay, I'll tell some brief information about what is cloud. Okay,
Okay.
nowadays maybe in your Oracle, where it is, where the data center is there, Oracle, your databases, where it is there.
Means it's in our client place in US only it is there.
Okay,
Through Putty
we used to connect.
we
Yeah,
have to.
everywhere it's like that only. So
Yeah.
do you know what hardware it is? What kind of machine it is a maybe a lot of
Configuration, you are asking about the
not
configuration, right?
configuration, what kind of hardware it is, what kind of CPU it is, which brand it is, that
No.
you don't know, right? But as
Uh,
per my assumption, mostly it will be a physical machines or
oh, physical.
yeah, or VM, virtual machines. They used to call as a
Yeah.
VMs. They'll have one large machine and they'll put lot of VMware stuffs, and they'll have a virtual machine, VM servers. So
Yeah.
that is the case for most of the RDBMS database. Okay.
Yes.
So what is the like advantage the disadvantages of having physical servers is whenever the failures or happens in any hard disk or memory, you need to fix, then only your database will come up, right?
Okay.
You need to maintain all those hardwares yourself, like yourself in the sense your company has to maintain all those
Yes.
hardwares.
Yeah.
Your company has to purchase those hardware, that servers, and then to put some employees to maintain those, and they need to have some Linux admins to manage, and they need to have storage admins, they need to have network admins. So you understand, right?
Yes. Yes.
But when you come to cloud, let's say that the famous cloud is Amazon AWS cloud, Amazon Web Service. You just
Yeah.
Google it and get some details about it. So Amazon
Okay.
AWS, what Amazon will do is they will have a different, they will have their own data center, very big data centers, and
Okay.
they will create machine with different types. Like they'll have create machines, a number of thousands or tons of machines, and they will put
Okay.
it in cloud. Like maybe when we are going to practice MongoDB, I'll help you to purchase yeah, Amazon AWS server from AWS. It's free
Okay.
only. Up
Okay.
to one or two machines you can get it free. We'll get a
Okay.
machine from AWS and we will
Okay.
practice that machine. Okay, by that way you'll know how to work with the cloud as well, because when you I don't know in your current organization whether they are having nodes in cloud or not, but if you move into some other organization, most of the organization will host their NoSQL databases in only in cloud, because
Okay.
maintaining and managing is very easy. Like you can just simply go to AWS site, you can choose I need to have two nodes in US and three nodes in UK and four nodes in China. Like that you can
Okay.
select from their website,
Okay.
and you can give your credit card or whatever the credentials. They will generate a bill and they will get money from your account, and it's a hourly pay for
Okay.
a 500 GB hard disk and 32 GB RAM, that kind of machine. You need to pay hourly this much dollar, and it comes to monthly this much dollar. Like that they will bill and charge from your account.
Okay, okay. So
Simply they
what I
will,
understood is like maintaining this type of hardware for a company is and maintaining and purchasing those type of hardwares is problematic. So we'll rely on a third party companies like AWS
yes.
who maintains these types of servers and give us the configuration we want.
Exactly. What type of they will have they have different types of machines, like they used to say I2 machine, M2 machine, D2 machine, C2 machine. Those kind of a different categories are there. Each
Okay,
category will have a different configuration. Like one will have a 500 GB RAM and the 500 GB hard disk and 32 GB RAM. Other will have a 2 TB of hard disk and with 120 GB of RAM. That kind of variety of configuration will be there. You can pick as per your needs,
okay, okay, sir.
as well as
So
they will
my
provide.
current is gone. I think let's continue, but
Mhm.
I can't guarantee you.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
continue. Whenever the current is whenever it is disconnected, then I'll call you back.
Okay, man. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long usually it takes to, I mean, the power comes?
I think it may take 10 minutes or it may take 1 hour also.
Okay, okay. But daily it goes like this or rarely?
No, 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 not daily, sir. Sometimes it does. That's why I bought the UPS.
Okay.
But this fellow has given me I called him also, but he said like come in the evening. I'll exchange it with the other one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Please
Okay.
continue, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, this is how the cloud will work. So they will take care of all those Linux stuffs, and they'll take care of all those network stuff, and they'll take care of all the hardware stuffs and everything. They'll simply provide you a
Okay.
machine. If anything goes wrong in that machine, you can directly raise a incident with the AWS team. They'll have some SLAs and they'll fix this issue as per their SLAs. Okay.
Okay.
If they didn't fix, they will pay penalty to your company. That's the way
Okay.
that cloud will works. So cloud in the sense, we have Amazon AWS cloud, Microsoft Azure cloud, and we have other open stack. It's a kind of open source cloud as well. Like you
Okay.
can set up cloud for your own organization.
Okay.
Okay, so the big advantages of NoSQL is you can host your NoSQL databases in cloud, and it works good. The
Okay.
So our environment, we have a lot of machines, I can say 90 percentage of nodes in cloud only. Okay, so these are all the difference between the RDBMS and NoSQL. We have already talked most of the stuffs. It supports SQL language, and it's completely simple query language, but it's not SQL language. NoSQL, I mean that MongoDB queries are not similar to SQL. Okay. Okay, man. How long I can wait for you? Okay, okay. No problem, man. Okay, fine. Okay, okay.
Please record.
Yeah,
Means it when it gets started, it automatically don't into recording mode.
I think we need to do some setups. Maybe I will check that one.
Okay.
Um, I'll check that one. Okay, man. Okay.
Now you started, right,
Yeah,
sir?
now I'm started recording.
Okay.
Okay, just for reference, maybe we'll keep some few
Yeah.
seconds
Please,
this
please, sir.
slide. So this we have talked, and this types of NoSQL we have talked, and just I have given brief about what is key value database, pros and
Yeah.
cons, and we have talked about the document database. And
Yes.
these are all two famous document database, MongoDB and
Okay.
CouchDB. But I
Couch
see
DB. Okay.
MongoDB is the one in NoSQL most of the organization are using compared to other NoSQL databases
Okay.
because it solves most of the use cases.
Okay.
Okay, then next about the column database. Here that Cassandra, HBase, Bigtable, all those comes in this column-based database. Column-based database means like in RD, it will look like similar to RDBMS, man, but it is not RDBMS. Okay,
Okay.
because RDBMS, all the data are stored in a row. Every row it will store
Yes.
into a block, right?
Okay.
But
Yes, sir.
here columns are together formed as a column family, and those column will be stored in in database in file system. Like for
Okay.
each row, you will be having a row key, For that row, you will have a column key and then column value. That kind of
Okay.
storage structure it is. It's kind of a complicated storage structure because I am working both in MongoDB and Cassandra. I would
Uh-huh.
say like MongoDB is 10 times easier than Cassandra.
Okay. Huh.
Cassandra is that much complicated architecture.
Okay.
Just you have in mind like it's a column based database. It will store in as a columns, not as a rows.
Okay.
That information
Okay.
is enough. Okay, so this will look like something like they'll have a row key and column name and column value. That kind of
Okay.
storage structure it will have.
Okay.
These are all some examples of column based database.
Okay.
And the interesting stuff is Cassandra is originally uh, created by Facebook to handle their
Okay.
inbox use case. After
Okay.
that, they have made it as a open source. After that, Apache took that and they have made it as Apache
Developed it.
Cassandra. Yeah, they have updated so many stuffs and they have made it as Apache Cassandra. Now the one company is there called DataStax. They are providing the enterprise version of Cassandra.
Okay.
So this is something different one. Graph database. What it is graph database? The social network you see like Facebook, Twitter, they'll have for every people they'll have a relationship with others, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that kind of use cases they prefer to use graph databases. So it's easy to
Okay.
retrieve the relationship between those two people and those two other peoples. That kind of relationship, that network will come under this graph database.
Graph database. Okay.
Okay, let's say there is one graph data model. You see like
Okay.
one person came, John Lee Carey. He wrote a book and the book title and other stuffs are there. And this
Okay.
person named Ian, he purchased that book and he purchased the
Okay.
other book as well. But that book is written
Okay.
by some other guy. So that kind of
Okay. Okay.
relationship we can get,
Okay.
we can store in this kind of graph database. You can easily retrieve
Okay.
the relationship between those two people. If you see what is
Okay.
the relationship between this writer John and writer Graham, because they have a common reader called a person Ian. This guy,
LAN. Okay.
yeah, learn. This guy got both of their books.
Okay.
This kind of a relationship kind of data model stored in the graph database.
Okay.
Okay, next is cap theorem. This is very, very, very important in NoSQL. What it is cap
Okay.
theorem? Um, cap means it's consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. Okay,
Okay.
consistency means all the values in the nodes at the time of reading and writing are same or not. In
Means I
RD,
didn't understand, sir.
you didn't understand.
All
Yeah,
the
I'll tell you
copies have the
because
same value means?
I'll tell you because um, let's say you have 4 node cluster. Okay,
Okay.
uh, it's a replicated node. Okay, uh,
Okay.
no, I'll tell you clearly. You have one primary and 3 secondaries. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so whenever you write in primary, it will sync with the secondary as well.
Okay.
So when you write and read on any node, right, let's say you are writing you are inserting a value to a employee collection with the employee ID as
Okay.
10 and his name is Siva. Okay,
Okay.
and when you read from other secondaries, it should be like 10 and name should be Siva. Let's say you are
Okay.
updating on the you are updating again with the employee ID 10 and the name is Ravi. So when you read
Okay.
from other nodes, it should be 10 and name should be Ravi. It should not be 10 and Siva. It should
But
be
we can't
consistent in
update
all.
in MongoDB, right?
We can update, man. Who said we cannot
Okay.
update?
Okay. Okay.
You can do insert, update, delete, everything you can do. But it's not,
Okay.
the queries will be different, but you can do everything.
But sir, you said like transactions are not
No,
possible.
no, no.
I
I
can't.
said the transaction in the sense you cannot roll back.
Okay. Okay. Roll back it does.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll back it you cannot do. But other
Okay.
other normal transaction and all you can do. Transaction means generally that the word transaction they will use like for the currency transaction like multiple insert and if anything got fails they'll do rollbacks.
Yes.
Okay, that is not supported, but normal insert, update, deletes and all supported.
Okay.
Once
Okay.
you inserted, you cannot roll back. That you keep in mind.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is consistency. That data should be same in all the nodes. When you do read and write, you understand.
Okay, sir.
So availability. So what is availability means? Read and writes always should get succeeded. It means like 24/7. If you do read and write, the database should be
Okay.
available.
Okay.
Okay, that is
Okay,
read
sir.
and write. But Oracle and all, you cannot promise like Oracle consistency is promised. Every time you
Yes.
write, it's consistent, right?
Yes, sir.
That is a
Sir,
very.
one doubt is like availability.
Hmm.
Like even the MongoDB server, if it is gone, like some hardware problem or something that MongoDB's server has shut down, then
Hmm.
the cluster is inaccessible, right, sir?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you when it comes to replication. Okay.
Okay.
MongoDB is yeah. First, I'll talk about these three, and we'll talk about where
Okay.
that MongoDB comes under. So you keep in mind any database can solve only any of these two only. Any of
Okay.
in CAP theorem, CAP, any database can will come under any of two only, not all the three.
Okay.
Any database will
Okay.
not
Okay.
solve all the three things. Okay. So
Okay,
I'll
sir.
tell you where MongoDB comes under and other database comes under.
Sir, again the current gone.
Oh man, okay.
I think
Okay, man. Anyway, time also 2 o'clock. I need to go to office. It's already late for me also. We will start from the cap theorem tomorrow. Okay.